Cyberpunk 2077. It is finally almost here, and a few hours after this video goes live, we will finally have our hands on it. A lot of us, myself included, have been eagerly awaiting this game for years, and our time has finally come. CD Projekt Red is known for their incredible, narrative-driven, open-world RPGs, and this one aims to set the bar even higher than any of their previous titles. From player customization and immersion to the absolute insane myriad of choices and decision-making, Cyberpunk 2077 is poised to be one of the biggest titles of the decade. One of the biggest decisions you will need to make as a player early on is your life path. There are three main choices here, and your life path will determine the sort of background of your character and will set the pace for how the entire game will unfold before you. It has been said that this will have a wide range of implications, from fashion and vendor access to unique perks and completely different ways of playing the game. So that begs the question, which life path is the best? Or rather, which life path is the best for you? Before we dive into each of our choices, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Cyberpunk 2077 content, and leave a like below to help us out with the algorithm. I will also add that I'll be live streaming the game this evening right as the game officially launches, so ring the bell to be notified and come hang out as we dive into this incredible game for the first time. I remained mostly blind so that I can be as wowed as possible while I check it out, and I can't wait to share that with all of you guys while we enjoy it together. But enough chat, let's look at our first life path choice, the Nomad. Now, the Nomad life path is a very interesting one in that it is inherently unique from the very start. Of the three options we have, this is the only life path that will actually begin the game outside of Night City, in the Badlands. Nomads live together out in the harsh desert, and they work together to survive. Of course, this brings with it a strong sense of camaraderie and family values, and they look out for each other and do what they can to get by. You can tell by the style of their vehicles, and most likely the weapons they choose, that they are resourceful and rugged. As such, playing as a nomad will likely lend you some benefits when it comes to crafting, and you're sure to be more handy as a result. As far as Demeanor and Dialogue goes, I assume nomads are not ones to necessarily shy away from a fight, but there may be other ways of resolving a conflict. It's purely speculation on my end, and I can't wait to see more about how the Nomad life path unfolds. I'm very curious to see, of the three, it seems to me that they're the most mysterious. We really don't know how they're going to handle different situations, and I feel like this is a very organic way of progressing through the game. You start outside the city and you work your way into the mainframe of Cyberpunk, and I think that would be a pretty cool way to go about it. So I just wanted to give just a brief summary of these, because it's just, it's going to be up to you what you want to decide. But next, we're going to take a look at the other life path option, the Street Kid. Now, the Street Kid is going to be your classic nitty-gritty, boots-on-the-ground type of life path. As a Street Kid, you were raised by Night City. The streets were and are still your home. As a result, you've come to know all of the different gangs, districts, and law enforcement of Night City inside and out. You know the good and you know the bad, and that is going to be very handy as you navigate your way through everything that Cyberpunk has to offer. Someone may offer you a job to go steal something back from a gang who has stolen from them, and a situation that would most likely end in violence may be ended in a friendly handshake and a deal being struck instead. Night City is no stranger to various mind-altering substances either, and I can only assume that as a Street Kid, having knowledge of this will lend some sort of an advantage to you. It's sort of a classic RPG trope. If you think of games like Fallout, you could take drugs. There's different perks and things you have that either make them benefit you more. I'm sure that'll be intertwined with the Street Kid life path somehow. This life path seems the most cyberpunk way to go, if you ask me, and I personally find myself mostly drawn to the Street Kid way of going, because it seems so classic. You want to be deep in the city, you're going to be involved with all the gangs, meeting all the different people. It seems pretty awesome. I think that may be the way I go for my first choice. Our final life path option takes things in a little bit of a darker direction. Let's take a look at the shills of Night City, the Corpos. Now, we all know that this wouldn't be a futuristic, dystopian metropolis without its fair share of corporate corruption and politics, right? Right. There are a ton of corporations that oversee how life gets handled day to day for the people of Night City, and not in a good way. From warmongering and arms deals to sketchy tech and cyberware, corpos make their fortune by preying on the lower class of Night City. As a corpo, you'll begin the game far up the corporate ladder of one of Night City's biggest megacorporations, but you'll soon find yourself caught up in the typical BS of bad business, and you'll be the one to take the fall. How you use your ties to the corporate world will be up to you as you progress through Cyberpunk, but I'm sure you'll have friends in high places offering you access to exclusive tech and weapons and unique ways of handling problems. Corpos definitely seem like a very interesting option and personally offer me a lot of replayability because I'm definitely going to want to see what the game looks like from that unique perspective. I think it'll be cool to see what kind of different characters you have access to depending on your choices. It's going to be very interesting, and it's going to make me want to play the game time and time again just to experience all of it. So are you feeling excited yet? I know I am. The sheer amount of choice presented in Cyberpunk cannot be overstated. As a massive RPG fan, I'm chomping at the bit to dive into this, and this is just our first decision we get to make in the game. It's such a big choice. I want to know what everyone is feeling for their first playthroughs. I think CDPR has done a great job of creating life paths that appeal to lots of different people in different ways. Personally, I'm pretty torn between Nomad and Street Kid, but I feel like I'm going to end up going Street Kid for my first playthrough to just get that classic, just straight into the meat Cyberpunk experience. But let me know what you guys are going to be choosing down below in the comments, and let's get the hype rolling for Cyberpunk 2077. It is just hours away from now. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to see more Cyberpunk content, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, and be sure to come by the live stream tonight as we experience the game together for the first time. I know there's reviews out there, but it really can't, to me personally, the way I am, I need to get my hands on it and see it for myself before I can have my own verdict on things. So let's dive into it together and find out. Thank you guys for stopping by, and good luck out there on the streets of Night City.